Yes, I hadn't thought I was going to be in.
Right. Well, hello, everyone. And I'm absolutely delighted because I came across Sharon in this 90-day accelerator, which is part of the online business that I talk about so often. And it was lovely to see someone I could feel I connected with. And I thought it's really interesting to share other people's journey and what brought them here. So today I have Sharon, who I literally just met today. So Sharon, maybe we start with tell me just a little bit about you. Where are you based and what were you doing and what made you be interested in this online business?
Okay, so I'm in the UK. I currently live in Wiltshire. I'm in my 36th address actually, because I've moved around quite a little bit, but we've been here about 5 or 6 years, so that's quite a long time now. Um, my background is the common thread running through all of it is horses. Okay.
Right. I saw that on your Facebook. You're a horsey girl. So
I'm a
you
horsey
raise
girl.
them, you ride them.
I do, yeah, I ride them, I train them, I work with people. I'm a horsemanship coach. So mostly what I've done for the last 25 years is help people develop a relationship with their horse. So,
Oh,
horse owners. And in the last 10 years, that has led me into coaching humans. So the
right.
emphasis has kind of gone from preferring horses to people to gradually actually realizing that people are quite okay too.
Okay, too, and that they can learn so much from horses, right? I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
How
So I kind of
beautiful.
mix it all up. I do a little bit of life coaching, equine therapy, straightforward horsemanship. Yeah. And
Okay.
that's what I've been doing since I was, I don't know, a long
Beginning
time.
of time. So
Yeah.
what made you want to do something else?
Well, can I be just really honest and
Please
just
do.
say
Please do.
I am of an age where retirement is kind of here. In
Can I
fact,
ask you how old you are? Are we allowed to say that here?
yes, okay, I'll tell you. Gosh, am I going to say this a lot? Yes, I'm
Yes, you are.
67 this year.
Well, you look glorious from here, I can tell you.
So, yeah, and my plan was that I was going to stay healthy and fit and carry on doing horsemanship because I love it. So, I was just like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just keep working until I can't.
Mm,
And then a couple of years ago, or a few more, I actually got ill.
right.
And I was ill for almost 2 years, sort of 18
Oh,
months.
gosh.
And I tried to work through it, but I was in hospital a lot. It was quite serious at one point. And it was a real wake-up call because my income went to zilch.
Yeah, it's all physical, right? It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm fine. I recovered, but
Mm,
yeah, I was just like, and my go-to throughout all my life has been to get a little part-time job to supplement when things were difficult.
right.
You know that saying, what is it? The sign of insanity is to keep doing the same
Doing the
thing.
same thing. Mm.
You know that one. And I suddenly,
Einstein.
yeah, I started thinking, oh my God, And I also realized that I want to work differently. I don't want to do as much of the physical work that I did. And I also want time to do other things,
Yeah, exactly.
and which I've already started actually. Just but always having no time and no money.
Freedom then, right?
Yeah,
Freedom of your own agenda and freedom of money.
exactly.
But so what brought you to this sort of online company we're both working with?
Well, actually, what brought me to it was that I know some people who've been doing it for the last 5 or 6 years.
Right.
Um, I know them quite well. I've known them for 15, nearly 20 years, one of
Right.
them.
You trust them, right?
Yes, and I've been looking at it sort of on and off for a long time. But when I say looking, I wasn't looking properly. I was
Right.
listening to the voice in here that was telling me it was, wasn't going to work. It wasn't a scam. I can't do that. That voice.
Right. I recognize those. I had them all. Exactly.
Yeah.
because we're
And
not
then,
used to it, right? We are also a different generation where you didn't work like that. That was
no,
a scam. We
yeah,
had a
yeah,
normal, serious
yeah,
job, and it wasn't anything online, and it wasn't something that you didn't, sell in your garage or whatsoever. It's just
yeah,
a totally different approach.
yeah. Actually, one thing that kind of changed things a little bit was COVID as well, because I started going online more.
Exactly.
So
I
that
think, to be
that
honest, that was instrumental for a lot of us joining the
yeah,
online space.
yeah, yeah.
Because you
But
realize that it's selling just like normal selling. It's just the
yeah,
market is huge.
yeah.
It's just everybody can, have use of your services. It's not just the people in your, direct neighborhood.
Mm, so the person in, these Jodie and Carmen, I don't know if you know them, but basically I spoke to one of them and said, look, tell me what's going on. And then I went into a group and I watched a webinar,
Right?
and I was still kind of, well, I'm not sure, but I've done a lot of work over the last 5 years on kind of how the mind works, personal development, mindset, call it what you will. And I've learned a lot about myself. And I was almost able to observe myself.
Reacting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's like a synchronicity of things coming together, and again, it comes to timing. I wasn't in the right place 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And I think when we're open to things, they do find us. I mean, as I was telling you, we did the other way around just now.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same for me. I mean, maybe 2 weeks before that line in the sand moment, I would have totally disregarded it or thought that it's not for me, etc. And so you joined in May, right?
Yes, so I joined in May. I I shared it with my husband, who I actually thought would say, "Don't touch it with a barge pole," and I'd probably do it anyway because that's what normally happens. But no, he didn't actually, and he looked at the compensation plan and he was like, "Ooh." And also he works really hard, and what I'd like to do is bring him home because he's away a lot. And then I shared it with my daughter, who lives in Vancouver, and I was totally gobsmacked because she knew all about the water already.
Oh, yes, that's right. There's Balaj who's also in Canada.
Yeah, well,
It's a big
she didn't know
movement
about him,
there.
but she knew all about it. So that was really interesting, and she jumped in as well, which
Oh,
is
how lovely. It's a family business in a
so it's a
way
bit of a
then.
family thing we've got going on. Yeah, which
So
is
that partner thing is very crucial because I do know that that isn't always the case. And
no,
my environment was pretty resistant, and then you worry, am I being naive? No, none of
yeah.
us wants to be taken for a ride.
You know what I
Um,
think is important though is the way like the way I approached it with my husband, because it was very much a let him, I asked him to look at it properly. I didn't, and then I wasn't asking permission. I was asking for support. So it was like, I'm going to do this and I'd love your support. So I'd like you to check it out too, and
yeah,
and that makes the difference, doesn't it? The
yeah.
way you
Yeah, it's
know,
funny from our side because mine was same thing. So I wasn't asking I have a new partner. I wasn't asking for permission, but I did think, I want life to be simple, I'd like the
yeah,
support, etc. And he's a chemical engineer. So at first he was a
okay,
bit like, whoa, 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 what's all of this about the water? But the more he got into it, and then of course we did decide I was going to do it. He supported me, etc. And I wasn't that interested in water to start with, but once I had it and he had it,
yeah,
then we became both very passionate about, okay, how exactly is it working? Is it the molecular structure? Is it the hydrogen? Is it this and that? But it
mm.
is important. It is important, I find, to have that support around us. So, I mean, how would you say you've been enjoying it since May?
Oh, I've just loved it. I mean, um the platform that runs alongside the company that manufacture the products and everything, the learning platform is outstanding.
I agree. Yeah.
The community around that is, I don't know how to describe it really, because I have been in sales before and it's been competitive. Whereas in this community, it's like having a whole band of cheerleaders
It
behind you,
is. Yeah, I
you know.
love it. Yeah,
Um, and it's what I love is that you don't have to be anybody except who you are, you know. And it's all about, you know, we're building a business, so we're looking at building a team, and it's about building a team with people that you want to, you know, people you'd invite round for dinner,
right. Exactly.
would sit, or you know, you'd happily meet them for a coffee or lunch or something like
Right.
that. And I love that.
Yeah, it's a real community feeling, right?
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is, and we're all in there. Um, okay, so I mean that's I love what I'm hearing, and I think it's important for people, especially in our target group, the 50 plus or 60 plus, you know, to hear this as well, because I think we do rapidly get daunted by this radically different way, etc. And it can work, and I think it can even in a way work even better for us because we also know more about who we are, so we can
Yeah.
turn up authentically. But so what would you say to anybody who's been following you or watching what you do and is thinking, "Oh, yes, no, I don't know." What advice would you
Well,
have?
two things really is to to reach out and have a conversation, because I'm, you know, from my point of view, I'm not about persuading anyone.
Yeah,
I just want to point them in a direction, and then, you know, ask, do your research, check it out. You can go into the learning platform. Um, you know, you can go inside and have a good
yeah,
look round. Um, talk to people who are doing it, people who've already walked the walk, you know, and yeah, and just check it out properly. That's what held me back. I wasn't, you know, I didn't do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And then
and
we make an educated decision, right? It's not just
exactly.
listening to all the noise around us. It's really tapping into how do I feel when I'm in this community? Do I think there's the support I need? And the
Yeah,
community truly is beautiful. And I mean, look, this is lovely. You know, you're in the UK, I'm in the Netherlands. There are people in Australia, all over, and we're all linked
yeah.
by this
And I,
desire to help people, right? To help them make more
yeah,
income, help them be
yeah.
healthier.
And already, I mean, I launched in May. Well, actually, 1st of June was my official launch on Facebook. I've learned so much,
Mm.
and I'm already different. I mean, I don't know what's happened, but in the last few months, I've just felt like I'm doing loads of other stuff. You know, I'm learning to play the guitar, I've joined rock choir, I've been swimming, wild swim. I mean, all sorts of stuff. And it's something to do with this waking up in the morning. Maybe it's the water
As well. Yeah,
as
I do
well,
believe it
I'm
is as
sure,
well.
because I
Yeah.
have so much more energy. I just feel so much better. And I'm definitely drinking, you know, much more than I used to. But it's that waking up in the morning and just going, yes, let's
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
you know?
It's a mixture of purpose and structure, but also then our personal journey
Yeah,
as well, because we have
yeah.
to go through the personal journey, right? And I loved what you said. It's not about persuading people or
No.
certainly not force feeding them. We're just turning up saying, this is what we have found. This is why it works for us. You know,
And
if you're curious, I'll share a link or I'll talk with
yeah.
you.
And the reason, like I mentioned earlier about the horses, the fact that I slowly got more interested in helping people. And I am really passionate about changing lives for people, you know, and I do work, I do quite a lot of work in mental health and well-being and that sort of thing, because what I've learned for myself, I want to share. I want to
Right.
create
Yeah,
impact, you
exactly.
know. And I almost feel like I feel like people, you've got to look at this.
Right. I think that's also our fabulous after 50 side, right? The contributing, right? We've
Yeah,
learned stuff and we just want to share it with anybody who might have the same pain points as we did and who might be looking for a solution.
yeah,
Thank you very, very much, Sharon. I mean, to anybody listening, I would encourage you to be simply curious. If you're looking to make more income, if you're looking to have more financial security, if you're looking for a better health for you, for your family, if you're a bit conscious of the water that you drink, etc., I would say, look into it. So thank you, Sharon, very much. Best of
my
luck. And
pleasure.
I hope we'll be in touch, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think we will.
I think we will as well. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.